morning, this is Tobi again, back in the gun room. My opener gun today I'd like to show you is a beautiful Merkel side-by-side shotgun. Beautiful, gorgeous gun, lots of cool features. That gun is not only a beauty, it's also pretty interesting from the history. That gun is made in 1991, in March 1991, and what is so interesting, that needs to be one of the first guns that came from Merkel after the wall was down in East Germany, because the German two states came together, and that was in October, the 3rd of October 1990, and that gun is manufactured in March 91, pretty short distance, and it seems like there are some parts from the old production and the proof marks are from the West Germany. It's interesting. It's a 20 gauge, 28-inch barrel lamp with good looking wood, English stock style, double trigger. Good looking, the shape is brilliant, it looks like new. But that is not our main topic today. Let me show you what I got today for you. Okay guys, plenty of guns on my little table in front of me, but a lot more guns in the gun room, and that's good. Let me show you, I got some questions, and what I like to explain to you today is 2 and 3 barrel guns. How many shotgun barrels to how many rifle barrels, which combination is possible, what kind of calibers are in these a little older guns, and that's the topic today. Let's start on the top of the mountain, a 4-barrel gun. Yeah, believe it or not, we got here one example. It's a gun made in Suhl, East Germany in the 40s. It's made by Kerner, and that is a real 4-barrel gun. I like to show you the barrels from the front. We got 2 shotgun barrels and 2 rifle barrels, and the rifle are, most of them, one big and one small caliber. That example is an 8mm Mauser and a 22 Hornet and 2 16 gauges. That is the top of the mountain, the very good looking guns, well made, handmade, shoot pretty good. It's not so heavy what you maybe think. It's a very unbelievable, good construction behind that gun. 4-barrel gun. Okay. More popular are 3-barrel guns, and number 1 is the typical German 3-barrel driven. Means 2 shotgun barrels and 1 rifle barrel. Is 3-barrel gun, but 2 rifles and 1 shotgun. That, for example, here, it's a small gauge gun, very unique, pretty rare. It's not so often that you see guns in that combination like that. That is a 5.6 by 52R, another 5.6 by 52R, and 20 gauge. That's rare. Another big topic on the combination guns are 2-barrel guns. Not so heavy, it's easier to use, you are flexible enough for any hunting situation, and most of the 2-barrel guns are typical over-under shotgun rifle combos. That one is more beautiful, it's from Austria, it's from Zodiac, it's with side locked, it's long engraved with all these arabesque and flowers and all that. It's a beautiful gun. Over-under shotgun rifle. And the next one, 2-barrel gun, are 1 shotgun, 1 rifle, side by side. That is a hammer gun here, it's just an example. We have modern guns too with that combination, but that is a very cool looking older hammer combo. Call it Büchsflinte, the German word. 1 rifle barrel, 1 shotgun barrel, side by side. Big sling, pretty rare, pretty cool. And last but not least, but I put that gun on the end. It's a modern gun made by Blaser, model 880. It's also a 3-barrel gun, but it's more like an over-under shotgun rifle and a small rifle barrel on the side. And this gun from the 80s is just available in 22 Hornet, and you got a 20 gauge, a 22 Hornet, and a 7x65R. And the 7x65R is round about 280, right? That's pretty close. The 280 and the 7x65 is singular. Okay, let me show you some features a little closer. Okay, beautiful people, then I want to show you a little bit closer that side-by-side shotgun rifle combo. It's made by Sauer Sohn in 1961. There's a little scope on top. It's only a 4-power scope, pretty old. It's also from the 60s, and what is good, it's pretty easy to take off and use it like a shotgun. But if you need it, you can pretty easy put it on the scope and shoot the next little pig maybe with your rifle. It's the right barrel, it's the rifle barrel. It's in that gun, it's on 7x57R, what is pretty close to a 7mm 08. And we have a 16 gauge shotgun barrel. 2 triggers, pretty easy. The front trigger is the rifle, the 7x57R. You got a set trigger here, and the back trigger is for the shotgun. The safety is here on the top. The opener pretty easy to load. Easy handleable gun. It's 26-inch barrels. The total length is 42 inches, and we have a very good shooting result with that gun. You have not really problems that the second or third shot climb a lot. It's pretty good on that gun. We have a lot of meat on that bone here, and it's a nice, easy, handleable gun. It's the total weight is something on 6 pounds. To learn more about combination guns, we make a little jump back to Alabama and listen to George, what he got today for us. Let's jump now.
This is George Inge with German Hunting Gun TV. I'm with my brother David, Dr. David Inge. We're at his farm, Palmetto Lake. The 4th day of our progressive hunt. We were at our farm in Forest Home, Alabama. Now we're at his farm in Choctaw County. This is in the southern central part of the state. We've had a great time. But what I'd like to do is briefly go over some more elementary information about the drilling, and this has to do with ammunition. A lot of questions about ammunition. So as a reminder, this is my own personal Sauer drilling, 16 gauge double barrel over 7x57 rifle. That's also called 7mm Mauser, essentially the same as a 7mm 08. So with ammunition, we're dealing with 2 types of ammunition, the shotgun, and we're dealing then with the rifle. The shotgun, 16 gauge. Germans are obsessed with 16 gauges. Most of the weapons coming out of Germany and used for hunting are 16 gauge. It seems like the perfect one. It's compact, it's plenty powerful, and 16 gauge ammunition is readily available on the internet. You can get number 8s, 1 ounce of shot, 1150 feet per second, inexpensive, and no big deal. Also number 6s for turkey hunting, easily available. Federal makes them. As far as buckshot, you've got the number one buckshot. Federal sells an inexpensive buckshot. Then comes the question of the heavy metals. Apex Tungsten, that's the company we've dealt with that has worked with us. And these guns that we're talking about are the guns made in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So modern steel, the Apex TSS Tungsten Supershot, Turkey, which is number 9s typically, or Predator, which are the BBs, are completely safe in these weapons. No question about it. We talked to Jason Lounsbury, one of the co-owners. The pellet pocket is deep, so the tungsten never touches the barrel of the gun. They have had 0 reports of problems. Now, obviously, with the Turkey tungsten, if you have a super tight choke in one of your turkey guns, a pump shotgun, that may be a different story. We're not talking about that. The tightest choke we're going to have is going to be full choke. Typically, you're dealing with modified full, whatever. And what can happen with the tungsten is a total game changer, because when you're dealing with 16 gauge lead number 6s, some experiments with this gun, we found at 25 yards you would get 100 to 120 pellets in a 10-inch circle at 25 yards. However, if you're looking at a 3-inch or 3.5-inch 12 gauge for turkey hunting, that's the kind of concentration at 10 inches you might get out to close to 50 yards. With the tungsten, what we found is that with the turkey tungsten number 9s, the number 9s are able to kill the turkey out to 60 to 65 yards according to Apex. They're able to penetrate the skull or the neck, hate to be too graphic. And what we found is there are just so many pellets. If you look at a 16 gauge number 6, I think you're dealing with like 250 pellets. With the tungsten number 9s, you may be dealing with 700 or 800 pellets. So what we found was that the turkey tungsten in 16 gauge is virtually identical in killing power to a 3.5-inch 12 gauge out of a turkey gun. However, it doesn't kick like a mule like those 3.5-inch 12 gauges, and it doesn't hurt your hearing and cause damage to your hearing. So it's a real game changer with 16 gauges. Similarly, the BBs penetrate gel 15 inches at 50 yards. The number 1 buckshot out of your 3-inch Magnum 12 gauge only penetrates 8 inches according to some reports. So what the tungsten, Apex Tungsten have recommended up to 150 pounds and more for pigs, coyotes, deer. It's a real game changer and ammunition that's available. Now, it is expensive. It is expensive. I think the manufactured recommended price for 5 shells is $38. So not cheap. Now ammo for the rifle, because that does create some confusion. As it turns out, worldwide, metric ammunition is the main ammunition killing animals and hunting worldwide, just not in the United States. So what we're talking about with these German hunting guns is typically you have the 8x57, the 7x57, the 6.5x57, and the 7x65. All of them are rimmed. Rimmed means when you shoot it, then the extractor comes back. It's easier to get it out because it's got a rim instead of rimless. So the best way to think of it is, and the 57 deals with the length of the case. So an 8x57 is very similar to a 308. You've heard of that, 308? It is slightly bigger bullet. It's more like a 32 caliber instead of 30 caliber. So the 8x57 is essentially the same as a 308, slightly bigger bullet. The 7x57 is essentially the same as 7mm 08. And then the 6.5x57, which the 6.5 bullets have gotten very popular with the Creedmoors and these others, that is simply a kind of a cross or a halfway between a 243 and a 7mm 08. The fourth one is the 7x65R. That one is pretty much identical to a 280 Remington, which is kind of halfway between, sort of in between, a 270 and a 30-06, so it packs a little more power. So the ammunition is readily available. Cellular and Balot makes excellent ammunition. You can buy it off the internet, $20 to $25 a box plus shipping, box of 20. And there is another company, New England Custom Guns, that sells some higher priced, very, very excellent German metric ammunition, RWS, some famous companies, Norma, things like that. So I think you can see that you've got a lot of ammunition available. You got to get used to metric because most of these guns are metric. Germans like German metric ammo. Some Germans want to copycat Americans, so they may get a drilling in a 30-06 or 243. Rimless, I think that's great for people that want it, but it's a little harder to extract. And I think that you can either get a German gun the way Germans like it, or you can get a German gun that was copycatting an American and use that. So that's the lowdown on the ammunition. Once again, thanks for tuning in to German Hunting Gun TV. Check you later.
Thank you, George. Thanks a lot, and pretty impressive trophies in your cabin. It's amazing. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. I wish you all a good hunting season, and take care. Weidmannsheil. Check our combination guns, check our drillings, check our side-by-sides, and see you in the next video. Bye.